Hey everybody, welcome to So with Joe. Today we're going to be talking about superforests grown with ancient trees and how they're going to benefit the environment. And work on my blanket project, doing t-shirt patches onto my background blanket that I put together on this channel. So superforests. In Britain, they are looking at taking a quantity or a quality over sorry, let's try that again. A quality over quantity approach to planting trees, and they have studied some of the ancient trees that they have and discovered that the genetics from these trees can be very valuable to teaching future generations of trees, or just fathering future generations of trees, and making our biodiversity more diverse. So in these ancient trees, because they've lived for, we're looking at trees that are over 1,000 years old, and they have the genetics that have survived countless threats to its existence, like diseases, different types of pests, fires, and over that length of time even surviving climate change. The fact that they survived us is even more impressive. So the British government is set to plant 270,000 trees with this ancient lineage, and have them in various places throughout the country. Their plan, it sounds like, is to make mini and micro forests throughout the land that all have public access. And they are going to pay landowners to maintain these forests as public access areas. So basically, the way I look at it is, in a time that's tough for farming, it'd be a good way to help boost farming income, because it's not easy being a farmer. You have good years and you have bad years, and it's tough because you string a few bad years in a row and it can completely bankrupt you, and you go from having a farm for generations to having to sell it because your bills are just too much and you just can't do it anymore. So these microforests are going to be a mix of these super trees and local vegetation, and then these super trees can communicate to the local vegetation their knowledge. And the way they do this is a bit of a mystery to me, but it's something to do with the fungal interactions, the networks of basically like spore fungal networks, like mushroom networks, and they help communicate various bits of information to other plants. And I know it might sound a little weird, but it does it, apparently. I love the idea of having, of using these super trees, having their acorns, because most of it's the oaks, the big old oaks that have lived the longest. Grow the slowest, but they live forever. And if you can use those genetics to improve the current world, why not? And rather than just having them, have all the acorns fall and be consumed by squirrels, or start to grow and just get overshadowed by the tree that it came from. Now they can all be planted, and the entire country can benefit. There's a trend towards a lot of what they call rewilding, and this will be a good incentive to dedicate more land to rewilding. Just letting nature take over an area. I'm sure there's going to be some limitations. You're not going to want to have certain invasive species in there. I'm sure the government will, and that's what they'll be paying them for, is to maintain the forests. And there'll probably be a company that'll spring up around it. It'll be Rewilding and Ancient Tree Support Specialists. That you give a percentage of what the government gives you to have this area on your property, and give that to the company, and they'll take care of it for you. For the farmers that have enough on their plate, they don't want to have to worry about deciphering all the legislation and passing the government inspections that I'm sure would be associated with such an endeavor. And then these ancient trees will have a better chance of growing and getting to the stage that they can really, thrive and grow into bigger ancient trees, become ancient trees themselves from the ancient tree lineage. Oh, and I just got completely lost in thought about my own plans for planting trees on the yard. Sorry about that. ADD tends to kick in every once in a while and takes me off to another place. And I completely forget that I'm making a YouTube video. It'll be interesting to see how long I drifted off there. Anyways, I should probably call that quits then. In case you are wondering what I'm planning on doing, we're talking about adding some evergreen trees and some fruit trees in strategic places, so we'll see how that goes. So yeah. Just gonna finish up this corner and then we will call it an episode. You know what, I'll finish that up next episode. Got a few stitches left there. Thanks so much for joining me. I do really appreciate the time we get to spend together. And till next time, don't forget your cookie. Keep chilling. And don't forget your cookie. Peace.